Hey there folks, I'm Zerfall and welcome back to Read Only Memories. As you'll remember last time, we had a rap jam session with 4 Moolah here, and we pissed off the guy that owns this shop, but while doing so, Turing managed to get the information we needed to go to this blogger's home. It's interesting because we're turning Turing into some sort of jerk. I don't think we're raising him right. But let's go! Oh, and it's raining now. Hey, and it's the guy with a couple of the 3D specs on in the background there. This is the building, Zerf. Oh, I got my mouse going here by mistake. Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself considering the neighborhood. Not the prettiest section of Neo San Francisco, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger. Perhaps we should just ring the bell. Ring the bell, LL, ring his bell. We both know it won't be that easy, but these things have a certain order they have to be done in. I think they're kind of poking fun at the game a little bit there. There's a palm tree here. Did you know that the palm trees used to be much more common around, almost a city staple? This one looks very healthy too, but you already knew that part. The tree trunk is prickled and rough as far as you can reach. There could be spiders in those holes. Oh, let's not do that anymore. What's shaking, plant? It didn't reply. Oh, here's Sky. Yes, we met Sky before. He works at the, what you call it? TMI, perhaps? They're holding a colorful umbrella. Wish you'd thought of that ahead like that. You weren't, I don't remember what this guy's voice is like. You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks pretty looks fancy enough to keep track of that. My gym's closed this week for the holidays. Gonna see some family tomorrow. That's right, he owns a gym. Okay, there's a fire escape. There's a window. What's the window saying here? A gorgeous picture window with engravings and crowd molding. The design is just slightly worn from weather and general outside hazards, but it's in surprisingly good shape. It's the door to Shotaro's apartment building. All you can see inside is a staircase. The gate is locked. You have to be buzzed in by a resident to get in. Okay. There's no friend tenant to hear you. Alright. No items we can use on that. There are items we can use on this. Bloop. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Ping pong. The key lock doesn't respond very well to your ID. The building's buzzer is laid out like a big button. Is a layout of big buttons on a panel. Nothing too fancy. LJ2. Greetings, guest. I'm LJ2. Shotaro Otsuka's ROM. Shotaru was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know that you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on a moment while I fetch him. That's encouraging. Looks like we were given the choice of Golgo 13 Special or Golgo 13 Special. Maybe try the bell again, Zerfall. Greetings, guests. Blah, blah, blah. Same as it ever was. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on a moment while I fetch him. Again? That was odd. What's taking so long? Once more? Alright, third time a charm, right? Once more. With feelings, Zerfall. Greetings, guests. I'll give you the same line I gave you last time. Arg, this is one of those days I'm going to blow a fuse. Thanks, Hayden, for system redundancies. Well, that's that. Let's see if we can find our own way into Mr. Otsuka's apartment, shall we? Alright, this has got to be the way to go. Mr. Otsuka's apartment is on the 2nd floor. This fire escape should give us access to his window. We just need something to let us reach us. I'm sure there's some piece of distrust or loose end laying around we could use. That's how these things always work. Alright, what do I got here? I got a brick. That isn't entirely a bad idea, but not exactly an most elegant method. You don't think an investigative journalist like you can avoid a heedless, brutish flap and find another way? No, you're right. Let's keep looking. All right. Luckily, Turing isn't affected by the rain. Maybe we can take this guy's umbrella. You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks fancy enough to handle that. About that. You want my umbrella? Not for the weather. We need it to hook the we need it to use the hook handle to reach the fire escape ladder so we can pull it down. Oh, you live here and you lost your keycard, huh? I totally understand. I do that all the time. But look, as much as I'd love to give you this umbrella, I'm kind of using it right now. Where I come from, see, we're all about equal trades. It's part of our culture. Gym culture? Sorry, but unless you've got anything interesting to exchange for it, I'm going to hold on to this. Don't want to get wet. All right, what do we got here? Got our headphones, a brick, medium range electro taser. Not even going to ask. All right, I'm going to guess it's these headphones. Those are pretty cool, but I'm not big into music. I like video games more. There's no mic on these headsets. Whoa, calm down, calm down. I'll give you the umbrella. What? Z wasn't going to shoot you. Oh. Then you can have it. Then you can't have it. Maybe I was going to shoot you. That's kind of funny, actually. How about this brochure? Nope. Your ID card, I've already got my own, buddy, and mine has the correct height on it. What about a business card? Hey, is this real? The real Yannick Fairlight? You know him? Of course I do. He's one of the most innovative tech minds of the last few generations. Can I please have this? I'll give you the umbrella. Yours to keep if you want. I think it's fair trade, and I don't think Z has a problem with it either. Do you, Zerfall? Apparently not. Yes. Thanks, here you go. This is so exciting. I'm going to call him right now. Sorry, Fairlight. Call him. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Oh well. Now we have our tool, and a pretty spiffy one at that. Let's go. Yes. Excellent work, Zerfall. Alright, perhaps we should have just thrown the brick at it. Ah, this window's unlocked and open. Apartment gets plenty of light, apparently. Or they would if the blinds for this unit weren't closed. Whoops. I don't need to leave. No, don't put me back down here. Come on. This window is unlocked. Let's go in. Oh, there's a Christmas tree and a special report. Oh, what's that smell, Turing? I'm not sure, Zerfall. My olfactory sensors detect chemicals associated with decaying food and something else I can't pin down. Probably a decaying body. It's unfamiliar to me. Alright, what's going on here? A fancy newsfeed made of multiple streams on the mesh idly plays on the TV muted. They were just talking about an incident that occurred outside the COS.io building. Alright. You can't find any way to work the TV. The flat screen is bare and embedded into the wall. There's the window. Check out the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree might be small, but it has a lot of spirit. One of the presents is labeled 2LJ2 from Shotaro. Interesting, he considers his ROM worthy of a present. This Christmas tree might be small, but has a lot of spirit. It may be a pocket tree, but don't pickpocket it. Alright, we gotta turn on the lights, and we all know what we're gonna see here. Oh. I was expecting an actual dead person. Interesting. That's better. Let's take a look around. Books, amp, speakers, what he's got here. Antique Wub speakers. They use actual wires to connect to the receiver. Be careful, if you accidentally disconnect them, you'll never be able to get those things working again. Vintage York's amp. It has a connector for plugging in old phones. The protocols used by the GX Ultra Beats weren't around back when this baby was built. You fiddle with the dial. Oh yeah, this is pretty sexy. Oh yeah, let's keep this going. Aw. Oh, wait, there is someone in the chair. Shoot! An old greasy bag of to and fro. A fast food chain the state is famous for. Flies are circling it like vultures. That's clearly been there a while. It's been a while since someone ate that food. Alright, let's look at this ROM. Shotaro's ROM. It called itself LJ2, right? You hear absolutely nothing. The ROM just sits there. Appears to be powered down. Alright, let's turn it back on. It doesn't respond to your touch, and there's no power switch. It isn't showing any signs of activity. Is it shut down or broken? Nudge it, but nothing happens. No response at all. Alright, look, I can see the freaking body. There we go. Shotaro must be plugged into the mesh. He hasn't even noticed us. I feel I could scream without him knowing. Ah! Mr. Otsuka! I cannot say his name right for the life of me. Nothing. Oh, LJ2 finally woke up. Hello, guests. I'm Shotaro Otsuka's ROM LJ2. Welcome. Shotaro's been a bit under the weather recently, so he's not been receiving anyone. He's trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak to you. We just checked. He seems busy. ... Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps? Is your owner still making blog updates? He is! Shotaro is a diligent man, even in the face of such adversity. If you are a reader of his work, his next significant piece will be online tomorrow. I will not spoil it for you. How long has your owner been ill? Shotaro has been under the weather for some time, but I could not tell you precisely when. He rarely has visitors or goes on outings, so this is only slightly abnormal behavior for him. In fact, you are the first visitor he's had in a while. Several days, in fact. Perhaps you could ask him about it yourself. I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you. When was your last diagnostics check? I run regular self-checks and have noticed no irregularities in either my hardware or software. I appreciate your concern. If you think I'm behaving erratically, perhaps you could mention it to Shotaro. He is skilled at maintenance. Thanks, LJ2. Very well, let me know if you need anything else. I'm always happy to assist. The ROM evades your touch. Aw. They stay just out of reach. Dang. He's cheerfully bouncing in one space. Okay. What happens if I use my headphones on him now? Something sounds wrong. Just lots of weird noises. Alright. He still hasn't noticed us, and his ROM is no help. And Evernote's synchronization has completed once more. How many times will it sync up during this video? He hasn't moved. Maybe we can jostle him to get his attention. Nope. Come on, just look at him and see he's dead. Alright, Turing, quit beating a dead horse. He won't be able to hear us while he's plugged in. He's not plugged in. Oh! Jeez. We didn't look at him. We just looked at the back of his chair. This could actually, if they had played it up a little bit more closer to their chest, their cards closer to the chest, maybe it would have been a shocking moment. But still, it's rather concerning that he's been shot through the heart, and we're too late. How long has he been here? It looks like he's been here a couple of days, maybe a little longer. That means whoever did this did it before we even found out about all this. Stabbed in the chest, right through the back of the chair. Looks like it severed his carotid artery. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I can't help but wonder if this was done by the same person who assaulted Zin. That's right, Zin might not be dead. His ROM doesn't even think anything's wrong. We need to hurry. If I'm right, everyone we've talked to so far is in more danger than we thought. Someone is following us. We have to find his computer so I can pull anything relevant off of it. You interrogate his ROM. Maybe you can find out why it's acting so strangely. It's so gruesome, so tragic. I was never prepared to handle anything like this. I hate this! We shouldn't disturb him. Very right. Are you being serious? Knowing what you know, it makes this whole scene very unsettling. Shatari's been a little under the weather. Wait, Shatari's been a little under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He's trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you. That's okay, we'll wait. ... Is there anything else I might assist you with? The drinks, perhaps? We gotta tell him. Shotaro is dead. ... It shut itself down again, Zerfall. Let's see if we can pull some useful information off Mr. Otsuka's computer. Alright, where's this computer? Oh, there's his desk. Blocky desk. There aren't any drawers or shelves. It's touch sensitive. The entire desk must be Mr. Otsuka's computer. Mr. Otsuka's latest article, some dated as recently as today. I'll start downloading these files. So he must pre-record his blog posts and post them up later on. I finished my examination of Mr. Otsuka's computer, Zerfall. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If we're all done here, we should hurry up. We should hurry and go warn Nonya about what we found. Charlie in sympathy too. They may be in immediate danger, so we must act fast. Let's head for Nonya's business. All right. So we're gonna get out of here. I really feel like close call. I almost loaded there. This is gonna be 14. I'm really worried that we should go talk to our friend, the detective. So I'm gonna look at these books first. A collection of books about writing. On writing good. The Neo Chicago Style Guide. Reporter's tablet. You leaf through a book about creating compelling articles. We probably shouldn't have done that. Now our fingerprints are everywhere. Not that they're not already. Leave? Let's go. Should I stay or should I go? This is not going to be good. There's a cat here, though. The kitty mews disinterestingly. The little cat bumps its forehead against your knee and starts kneading its paw against the ground. Alright. I'm actually going to go see if we can talk to Lexi first. Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Police Department, Citizen Zerfall. How may I be of assistance today? How are things at the station? Crime is down in this district by 12% this year. Thank you for your sustained interest in your local law enforcement. Would you like to learn more about employment opportunities with the NSFPD? Sure. What? Thanks anyways, Officer 72. We'll be on our way now. What were you trying to do? Trick him into giving us information. Alright, so we can't find her. Looks like we gotta straight up go to this guy, and he's standing outside. Shit! What the hell are you doing back here? Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files or hacked my brain or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, you found out he was deader than new disco. That close enough? That's distressingly correct. Well, it isn't. Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie is dead. What? Charlie is... The auto cab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news the last half an hour, and I'm not looking to be next. I'm getting the hell out of Neo San Francisco, and I'm going to forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this. Hell, I might even pick up a new career. I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook, and that's for damn sure. I'm out of here. Oh, he's not out of here yet. Wow, people are dropping left and right. Oh, no. Why is this happening? There was no one in that car. No heat signatures. No wireless admissions. Nothing. It wasn't even an auto cab. It's a manual. How is that even possible? I don't know. That's just it. This is too much. I've had enough. I don't care who's controlling the news anymore. Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands. We're done investigating this lead any further. As of right now... It's not our fault, Turing. Logically, I know that, Zerfall. We haven't set out to harm anyone. But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is. If they want to keep digging up people involved in this, they're going to have to do it without our help. We don't have any other leads anyway. Thank you for sticking with me, though. Oh, hey. So we ran through the TMI version of this story. We could have gone with the Fairlight side instead, but we have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make. Let's move on. Alright, so that should be the end of that chapter, I believe. It is. On to chapter 4. And even though this is only a 20-minute video, you know what, we'll see where we start off with this new chapter. Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her. Okay, so we're going to go start the second storyline, I guess, instead then. I've never felt more inspired. I don't know exactly what my next painting will be. It isn't shallow to only like it for its looks. It's still alive, but not sturdy enough to touch. You really pulled it off! I'm impressed. It looks like you're going to be just fine after all. Okay, so the one good thing we've done so far is that. So I wonder if, depending on which one you go to first, it changes how that whole plot works, or if the TMI one is all just a bit of a red herring. Let's check our map out here. Yeah, so probably should have gone there a long time ago. Let's go ahead and get started here, and then we'll call it a video once we've gotten to our interview spot. Something wrong? Oh, I'm sorry, Zerfall. I was wool gathering. See, we've arrived at the Melanie Floor's residence, and it's quite impressive. But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations of the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside? There. See, he's much happier in this part of the story, it seems, even though all that shit just happened. Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's father. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthetics and nanoparticle diagnostics and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connections and control between nervous system and cybernetic prosthetics. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military, developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually elective for special forces. Electively. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against development of further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movements against excessive cybernetic use, especially brain implants. What can you tell me about Melody? Not a whole lot. She's largely private in contrast to her mother's perchance for courting the media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intently passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a while since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she lost her spine in her old age, but... well, I'd take that with a grain of salt, Zerfall. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes. Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out? He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that. Rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real. Well, let's go on and head in. No time like the present, then. Alright, so, let's just take a look around before we head in. What are these plants doing? These tall shrubs could line the estate of a Victorian duke. They're that stuffily pleasant to look at. Oh, there's a bear statue. Small-scale bear statue guards the entrance to the mansion. They'd look cuter if they had little outfits on. You can't take it. Not marble, nor gilded monuments. Hey, baby, what's your sign? Ha-ha, our sign, eh? Eh. Those dead tam headphones. And we have an umbrella now. Statue's head is too big to fit them on. No sweet jams for the bears. Alright, what else do we have here? There are bears everywhere. They have a stale beauty that can only come from the care of obligated professionals. What's this thing look like? Looks like a buzzer for the apartment complex. They'll need one of those just for one house. Oh, they need one of those just for one house? Question mark. Alright, before we hit this buzzer, I'm going to call it a video. I guess next time we're going to start this other storyline, and hopefully it seems a little pleasanter. I don't know that... if you do this one first, maybe not everybody dies in the other one, or maybe you go to follow it up and people are already dead. It could be we got more content this way. It could be that it completely changes the storyline 100% and everyone dies on this side if you follow this one first. Either way, I'm Zerfall. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next episode.